Hey everybody, it's Roger Thorpe here, President of Thorpe Benefits. I am joined again by Nicole Cairns, our Director of Health and Wellbeing. Nicole, we are going to talk again about the ever important issue of mental health strategy, but we're going to go at it from the lens of a particular question that we think that we should be asking our employees, and what do we want to hear from them? So think of it this way. If I was an HR leader and like honestly asked, is our company supporting your mental health? What would we want to hear in terms of making sure that we are giving them what they need and being effective at that?
Yeah. Thank you, Roger. Great question. Nice to be here
Yes,
today.
by the
See
way,
you
good
all.
to see you again.
Yeah. So, what you really want to hear out of people's mouths are that, number one, I feel comfortable talking about my mental health with my team members and particularly my manager. So,
Okay.
you want to create that environment where people really feel comfortable sharing with people what they're going through. Um, the second thing I'd love to hear from people is my workplace is a psychologically safe environment. They're not going to say it that way, probably, but what you're looking for is that people really feel like they can express themselves in terms of their ideas and opinions and things like that without worrying about what the backlash of that is going to be, what the negative repercussions are going to be. Um, you know, if people are feeling that way, if their people are feeling like they're on eggshells and they're nervous and they're anxious, that's not great for their well-being. It's not great for business either because you're
Right.
suppressing ideas and progress.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
if I'm in a meeting and I feel that there is something conflict going on and I can't feel like I can even express that or share that for fear of what the response will be, yeah, I can definitely see how that would hold people back and hold whole organizations back. So, okay,
yeah,
I understand
absolutely.
that. All right.
Absolutely. Um, next, wouldn't it be wonderful if you heard that their workplace was actually supporting, maybe even boosting their well-being. So this is about making sure that we're not creating an environment that's leading to burnout, that's really creating a lot of stress for people. It's also about having this environment where people really feel like they can be themselves, they feel included, they feel valued.
Mhm.
You're coming to work and it's really creating positive emotions and positive energy would be amazing.
Okay. So that's
Yeah,
not contributing to something
yep.
and it's not, but it's also supportive at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
Got it.
sure.
I like it.
And to accomplish these last couple 3 points, the psychological safety, the ability for people to feel like they can speak about what they're going through with regards to mental health, it's really something that requires training. I mean, it's not very commonplace. It's not very intuitive for managers, especially to be able to understand how am I going to create this environment where people feel like they can come to me? And what am I going to say if they do come to me?
Right.
And how is it best for me to help support people to thrive, even if they are living with something like anxiety or depression? So this is a teachable skill set that
Right.
will really empower people to be able to create these environments that lead to these kind of answers,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And we also want to hear people say, my workload and the flexibility of my job allows me to do those things outside of work
Mm,
that are absolutely necessary to support my mental health. Be that, exercising, be it, doing those hobbies that are really fulfilling for them, be it spending time with their family.
okay.
When we ask our employees at Thorpe Benefits what things really help support their mental health, we know we're going to hear the 4-day work week,
Right.
right? That's going to be
Of
one of
course.
the top on their list. This is something that is allowing them to have that balance, so that injection of things outside of work and to feel
Hmm.
a little less stressed as they go through their work week. And we're going to hear that the environment is a safe environment. It's a
Right.
psychologically supportive environment. They feel comfortable sharing what they're working with, what they're dealing with.
Okay, so
Yeah.
at least we
Mhm.
have that going for us. Yeah.
At least.
More, always
Uh,
more to work on, but yeah, okay,
yeah.
great.
The last two things that come to mind are one, that myself and my family have timely access to effective and affordable supports.
Great.
So that's often a form of therapy or counseling that I can get access to, or my family member can get access to when I need it,
Okay.
right? And lastly, there's the more proactive side, is that I I feel like my company is actually educating me on how to support my mental health and the mental
Hmm.
health of my family. It's giving me some tools, maybe it's resilience tools, for example, so that I can be proactive about supporting my mental health.
Okay, I love it. I like how that all comes together. So then, if we have this dream of being able to ask this great question, and someday we will get the answer back that we want, where do we start from? Like, what in all this approach? Where's the best place?
Well, you need to know where you stand, right? So you need
Right?
to know how people feel, and you won't really know that unless you ask, and ask in a way where they feel like they can actually give you honest answers, because you want to understand what you're doing well so that you can keep doing that,
Hmm.
and you want to understand what the missed opportunities are, where the shortcomings are, and then you can start to put your focus where it needs to be. So you've
Okay.
got to be brave enough to ask. And you can do that with, there's some free tools out there like the Guarding Minds at Work, for
Hmm.
example. You can create something for yourself. We are always happy to help. This is something that we often do for our clients. So the starting is with the asking.
Yes, good place to start. So I like we have an action we can take. I like that we have this great question we can ultimately, want to get the answer to. This has been really, really helpful. I think people are really going to appreciate seeing this issue from this approach. So, as always, Nicole, thank you so much for your time, and always appreciate your insights.
Happy to be here.